Hello friends, this is Music Man from his man cave, and today we're going to talk about saving and investing. Oh, here we go. This is the tough stuff. Are you ready? Strap yourself in for a ride, because here we go. So you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, and so you want to get some advice from Music Man from his man cave on how to save and invest. Well, first of all, you've got to change in here, and here. And this is the toughest thing. You've got to change the way you view the world. And so for me, because I'm a born-again Christian, I get my advice from the scriptures. I learn about contentment. I learned not to try to keep up with the Joneses and keep up with everybody and what they're doing and the newest thing and the sparkly cars and RVs and boats and it'll come at you. So how do you do that? How do you change your mind? Well, first of all, you have to break out of the mold this world has you in. You have to break out of it. You have to see stuff for what it really is. The stuff that will be holding you back is consumerism, is material garbage. I call it dirt. Everything is dirt. The only thing that's everlasting is, I've already talked to you about this, that we're made of hardware, which is our body, and software, which is our soul and our spirit. Those are the things that are eternal. This body is going to wear out, and ashes to ashes and dust to dust. It's going to go back into the ground. It's dirt. It was made out of dirt. From the dirt it came, back it'll go. My car is dirt. That's what it is. It's shiny dirt. Paint is dirt. It is. Glass is dirt. Silicon. Formed for our pleasure. So if you check that, if you understand that, probably the most precious resource is water. And we use that to water our lawns. Aren't we just brilliant? So you got to change the way you think. Now let me tell you, this is a challenge. Because friends and relatives and acquaintances are going with the flow. The flow of consumerism. The flow of accumulating. Whoever accumulates the biggest mound of dirt wins. You ever heard the saying, whoever has the most toys wins? Well, you've got to learn to be content. The Bible says that contentment with godliness is great gain. So there is the key. You've got to learn to be content. And let me tell you, I drive a 96 Toyota Camry that I fixed up. The woman thought it was shot. I paid $700 for it, and I've driven it now for a few years, and it's already paid for itself. You couldn't rent a car for that cheap. It's a good car. Really good car. And I do all kinds of cheap things. Like I took the tires off my wife's car that have some life left in them, put them on that car, and then bought new tires for her car because she drives her car to town a lot. Now, the thing is I have relatives and friends that are going to drive up in a new SUV, or they're going to drive up in a new shiny machine, and they're going to make you feel pretty dumb. You know, they're going to make little comments about your car, or about, oh, what's going on with this? Your seatbelt doesn't recoil quite quick enough, or they'll make little comments about your furniture. Like I get comments a lot about our beds. I don't know what the problem is. We slept on our bed for years, and we bought a new bed and put our old bed, which is in great shape, downstairs, and people that sleep on it, oh, it's uncomfortable. It wasn't uncomfortable to me, but for some reason, I think some people like to do that and put down your stuff, because I think there's a couple of reasons. Number one, they annoy you, or you annoy them, that you're not doing what they're doing. There's this need, validation. People need to be validated in their behavior. Why aren't you paying $300,000 for a house? Why are you only paying $60,000 for a house? It's a good house. It's adequate. It meets my needs. They think you're nuts. This isn't big enough. You need a big house. Our house is plenty big. If you have too much stuff, then get rid of some stuff. The bed, well, if you want to buy a new bed and put it down there when you visit, I'm fine with it. You have to really be able to swallow your pride. And then they love to make fun of your car. However, I remember times when relatives will visit and their cars break down. You know how many times my '96 Camry, that's like a common man's car, has broken down now in the last 3 years? You guessed it. It runs very well. And it's got 250,000 miles on it right now. And I think I'm going to get probably 275. Who knows? I might actually get that magical 300,000 out of it. That would be great. So anyway, that's the first issue that you have to deal with, is you have to change in here. You have to change here. You have to see the world for what it really is, a bunch of dirt, a bunch of junk, a bunch of nonsense. And then you're going to do well. But until you can change your mind about the stuff around you, you're going to continue to compete and continue to buy things you can't afford. And so we'll talk more about it in just a moment. We'll talk about the second thing that is a big obstacle to overcome, to live debt-free and to be able to save. Coming at you right in a moment.